Hi guys, how are you? We are happy to see you again through this video. Well, this day I'm going to show you how to write a good contract letter. The first thing to do is about to write down the title of the contract. In this case, we make a brand ambassador contract. You can put this title at the header. For the next, below the header, you can give the opening of the contract. Here, you need to give the information about the date when the contract is made. Also, the information about the parties who take part in the contract or agreement. Sure, you can modify the opening sections on my example video based on your personal issues. And the next section is about the detail of the parties who take part in the agreement. Remember, you must mention all parties in your contract letter while they must sign it later. If you have two parties, you can write their detailed information at the right and the left side of the paper. Then, the information you must provide is about the party's name. It can be a personal, organization's or company's name, the address, and the contract details. It can be the email or phone number. Even you have over than two parties, you can modify the positions which is free based on your preference, but make sure you write it professionally and properly based on the legal contract form template. Alright, like this one. In this video, we write down the personal name, which is John Smith, including his contact details and address, and he held a contract with a company which is ABC Companies with its detail of contract and address. Just make sure you make it tidy and looks professional. Okay, the next sections below the detail of the parties who take part in the agreement. It is the main part of the contract letter. Yes, this is the main part of the contract letter because here you have to put or write down all details about the contract, the duties, the tax, the responsibilities, and anything that must be done by two parties who take part on the contract. And anyway, the menus or the sections on the main part of the contract is basically free or based on your purposes. On the video, we just make a sample, which is the contract between the John Smith and the ABC company. So you can modify it based on your purposes. Well, in this video, we make some parts of the main contract. The first thing or the first part is about the overview. The overview sections, you need to explain the types of contract as well as the responsibilities of each party in general. Remember, it is a type of a letter or a formal letter, so you have to write down the sentence in general. For the more detail or the point you may have, you can make it on another paper and attach it on your contract letters document. Maybe one part consists of 3 or 4 paragraphs. Make it short and clear with the simple language, so all of your parties can understand it as well as possible. Alright, second of all, it is the compensation agreements part. Of course, this part, we will explain the detail of fees, the paid services, and all things about the compensations of your contract. Because it's a type of formal letter, remember, like we have mentioned it before, you have to write down the short terms of the sentences, the simple word, and attach another document to make it detailed. Somehow the compensations detail is very long with a lot of points, a lot of rules and tax maybe, so it will not enough if you put it in just one paper. So just attach it on another paper and conclude it in one document of your contract. In line with the previous part, you can make 2, 3 or 2 up 4 paragraphs, so it's enough. Just be focused on the topic of the compensations or the sections. Well, after talking about the compensation agreement, so the third part of the contract letter, it's about the product use and the ownership. Yes, this is the product use and ownership. Okay, so when you write down the title, it's better for you to type it using uppercase alphabet because it is more it will show the main topic of the section. It will ease the reader to read and understand your contract letter. Well, it's better to write down it using the uppercase letter. Okay, on the product use and ownership sections, you can explain the detail of products or services belong to contracts as well as the ownership's responsibilities. Of course, the video is just example while you can modify it based on your issues. Just make it short, up to 4 paragraphs, because you have to write it only in one paper or in one page. Like this one, the brand ambassador shall be provided products by the company at no expenses. For the benefit of the brand ambassador, the PA or brand ambassador agrees that in such provisions of product, the BA cannot and may not subject the products. Okay, this is about the product use and ownership. And the third of all, or it is the last sections of the main contract letter, it is about the copyright. It is about the general rule of the services or the product that is used along the contract process. It can be like a resume for all of the contracts. And as always, it must be short and be focused on the terms of topic. Make it short, between 3 or 4 paragraphs, 3 or 4 sentences. It's okay. Well, all of the part on this letter, it's just a sample, so you can modify it based on your purposes. So just be creative and more detailed with all the things you may use in the contract. Be careful because the contract letter is a formal as well as the legal form of contract, so it is protected by the law. So just be careful with all things you put inside of your paper. So here it is all about the contract letter. Thank you for watching and have a good day.